Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry because I know I haven't been posting any videos on here, but it's because I just decided that I was only going to do short videos on Instagram because the whole editing process on here is just it's real tedious. I personally do not enjoy it, so I was just doing like quick little edited videos and putting them up on Instagram. But since I've been gone for a while, I figured that I could just kind of talk with y'all a little bit while I did this tutorial. If y'all are okay with me not having like super, I don't know, fancy edits and all that good stuff, then I guess I could come back and like do some more videos on here, like longer videos, more detailed videos. But I can't get with all the editing and all that stuff, y'all. So anyway, I'm gonna just get right into it. I posted this look on Instagram like a week ago. I didn't record it because I was actually just rushing to go meet up with a friend to go have some drinks. But people kind of liked it, so I'm just going to recreate the look. So let's get into it. I have been, I don't know, I've just been really lazy. I've been super lazy and just kind of, I don't know, like not really into doing makeup. I haven't worn makeup. Like this last look that I'm actually recreating right now was the first time I wore makeup in I don't know how long. But yeah, so, and I just haven't been feeling like doing makeup, so that's why I don't have no videos or even like my little short tutorials on Instagram. I just ain't been like in the mood, but I'm gonna get back into it. I've been busy, kind of, sort of, aside from being lazy. So I don't know how many of you guys know, but I'm studying to get my master's degree as an MFT, which is a marriage and family therapist. And so I'm down to like my last full year, right? So going this year, I'd have been going into my final year, and we have to do what's called practicum. And practicum is just pretty much like an internship. It's field work. I would be at a therapy site, and I'd actually be training, as a therapist. So that whole process is kind of tedious. Like, you have to interview this eyebrow. You have to interview with the site. They have to actually like you. It's like a job. Like, you have to interview like you were interviewing for a job, even though they have a contract with the school. So anyway, I was, updating my resume, doing cover letters, like, and all that good stuff, and getting ready for practicum. So I went on my interview. I went on two because I only really saw two sites that I wanted to actually do my training at, because a lot of them worked with children and I don't like kids. So I was like, no, can't mess with that. But anyway, so I did my interview for two. Both of them offered me a position. So I was kind of like trying to figure out which one, like trying to weigh like the pros and cons of which one to go with. Anyway, in the midst of all that happening, my damn school shuts down. And y'all, like, I'm in a 60 unit program. Like, I need 60 units in order to earn my degree. I was 42 units into that program. So you can imagine like my frustration, because now I'm like, I have to find a school that's going to accept like as many units as possible, because I didn't want to start all over, you know what I'm saying? And so it was just, that was like, I don't know, like I would say stressful. It was a little bit stressful, but it was just more so like irritating, because I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, so like that whole process, y'all gotta concentrate. All right, I needed to concentrate and get that done. Again, I haven't had my eyebrows done, so it took a little more effort than just throwing them on there. Anyway, so like I was saying, it was just kind of stressful, because it's like, I don't want to start all over. And, you know, like I'm almost done. I only have a year left. I invested a lot of time into this. I got my lip. I invested a lot of time into this program. And so like when a school shuts down too, you know, the U.S. Department of Education gives you an option of like loan forgiveness, right? So like you pretty much get all your loans forgiven for that program. But the caveat to that is you have to forfeit all your credits. And again, like I invested a lot of time into this program. Like I didn't want to throw that all away, because I still want my master's degree. So anyway, that happened. They closed down March 8th. And so since then, my classmates and I have been trying to find schools that would accept as many units as possible, right? So we were like looking all over, and it was just frustrating, because some of these schools was like, you know, we're only going to accept 6 units. We're only going to accept, you know, so many units, but you're going to have to retake this class. And it was just a whole mess. So anyway, fast forward to now, I'm down to my final 2 schools, right? Pacific Oaks University, which is another for-profit school, like my last school was, but they're kind of far from like where I live or whatever. So I'm like, you know, I would have to drive out there 3 times a week. I really am not trying to do that. If y'all know anything about LA traffic, you know, yeah, no, I wasn't really trying to do that. But I do like their program. They were accepting all my units, and I would only have to take 2 additional classes, you know, according to their MFT program. So I went to visit them last Saturday, and yeah, like I said, I really like it, but I wanted to see what this other school, you know, was gonna offer. This is a nonprofit school, very reputable, Mount St. Mary's, and much closer. Like I actually drive past the campus. I drive past the campus almost every day, depending on where I have to drive for work. But anyway, so I just got off the phone actually with Mount St. Mary's, and they're accepting all my units. It's closer, but I'd have to attend pretty much to finish within the same amount of time. I guess I would have to attend like 4 nights a week. And I was like, damn, you know, that's kind of a lot. Like, I didn't get into college to be in school every damn day. But whatever. It's only for 3 hours a night, and it's only for a year. So, you know, you got to do some sacrifices. You want to get it done, especially when you're kind of thrown a curveball, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm waiting for an acceptance letter from Mount St. Mary's, and then I'll probably go with them. And I would start in the fall, which is in August. And the only thing is, though, the site that I wanted to do my practicum, my training at, I might not be able to do it there because they don't have a contract with this new school. But I mean, hey, it is what it is, right? So that's what's been going on with me as of late, as of, what's that, March to now, all right, the month of March. What else? In February, that was pretty eventful too. I hadn't recorded all of February either. That's really when stuff was kind of popping off. Ooh, this ain't blending out good. So the earlier part of February, my husband and I found out that we were pregnant, which is super exciting because we were trying for like a year, just about like a year and a half almost. So super exciting, right? We're like, oh my God, you know. And it's weird because even when you like are trying to get pregnant, you still be like in shock when it happened, or at least hell, I was in shock. I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this real? Because for those of you who don't know, like, I have 2 kids, but they're older. Like, my son is about to be 13. My daughter just turned 10. So it's like, for me, it's like starting all over. So, but anyway, nonetheless, we found out we were pregnant. Super excited. Super, super excited. My family was excited. But unfortunately, we lost the baby. I had an ectopic pregnancy, which means that the fetus or embryo did not implant into my uterus. It actually implanted into my right fallopian tube. So, when you have an ectopic pregnancy, there's no way to save that pregnancy. It has to be terminated. And it can actually be deadly because if the embryo or fetus continues to grow outside of the uterus, and in my case, in my fallopian tube, it would get too large and actually rupture the tube. And that's actually what ended up happening with me. So, so we go to the doctor or whatever, because they're like, well, how far along are you? Have you missed, you know, when was your last period? And I'm like, well, technically I haven't missed a period. Like, I'm still, you know, I've been spotting since my last period. And they're like, okay, we'll come in. We have to run some tests to actually see how far along you are, but then also to make sure that this is a viable pregnancy. So we go in, they do some blood work on a Friday. The next day, that following Monday, we go back in because when they do the blood work, they have to do 2. So they have to take 1, and then 2 days later, they take another blood draw, and then they compare the hormone levels. And if they at least double, it means it's a viable pregnancy. It means that the fetus is growing and, you know, all that good stuff. But then she also did an ultrasound. She also did an ultrasound. And so they didn't do the ultrasound on the belly. They did the vaginal ultrasound. And I'm in there, and the ultrasound tech is like, are you experiencing any pain? I'm like, no. And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, why? Like, why would I be feeling pain? She's like, oh, you know, no reason. I'm like, okay. You know, but then I'm looking, and I'm looking at everything she's doing, and she puts like mass, question mark, question mark, question mark. And so I'm like, and so, you know, it's my husband's, you know, first pregnancy. So he's like, what's going on? You know, like, why? You know, and I'm like, well, she put mass. So, I mean, shit, it could be cancer, or it can be an ectopic pregnancy, right? So, she's like, well, you have to wait for the doctor to explain the results and all this stuff, because I guess, you know, protocol states that the ultrasound techs can't give any information. Okay. So we meet with the doctor, and my husband's all like worried and stuff. And I was kind of worried too. You know, I'm like, well, shit, if it's cancer, that sucks. You know, like, I'm gonna have to, you know, hit my sister up so we can, you know, get rid of this. But, you know, if it's an ectopic pregnancy, that sucks also, because it's like, damn, you know. So anyway, it ended up being an ectopic pregnancy. So they sent me to the emergency room right away, because she's like, you know, we don't want it to rupture. You know, we don't want your fallopian tube to rupture. It was in my right fallopian tube. So she's like, we got to send you right away. They give you a shot. I forget the name of the shot that they give you, and it expels the pregnancy. Well, when I get there, they pull me in or whatever. There was blood around my uterus or whatever. I had already ruptured. My fallopian tube had already ruptured. So they're like, we have to go in and surgically remove, you know, the pregnancy. And as you guys can imagine, like, I'm just like, what the hell? You know, I came in for a routine, you know, checkup for this pregnancy. So I thought, right? And now I have to have surgery? Like, damn. You know, it's just kind of a lot to take in so suddenly, you know? And I was just, I don't know. I was just kind of like, this is a lot. I think that's really what I felt like. This is a lot. And then I'm also thinking, like, I need to be, you know, strong for my husband. Like, you know, like, I've experienced a miscarriage before. So I felt like, you know, like, I could handle this a little bit more than him, you know, but like, so I need to be strong for him. And I could tell he was like, I need to be strong for my wife. So, eventually we just kind of like had our moment where we just broke down, you know, and was just kind of like comforting one another. We prayed, you know. I called my daddy, not my biological father, but I call him my spiritual father, at my church. I called him and we prayed about it and stuff, and I felt good afterwards. I felt like a sense of peace, you know, like God just gave me this peace, and, you know, I was okay. He told us that we were going to be okay, you know. So I went into the surgery just more so like, okay, like, this is just something that has to be done, and it sucks that this situation, you know, like, this is the circumstance, but it is what it is. And so, yeah, so when they went in, they saw that, well, before I went into surgery, they didn't see a rupture. They just saw blood. But when they got in there, they saw that it had ruptured. My fallopian tube had ruptured. So they had to remove, they removed the right tube. So, and again, we didn't know this before I went in. So when I woke up, that's when I found out that I was lopsided. I mean, to say the least, that's when I found out that I didn't have a right fallopian tube anymore. So what does that mean now for my fertility? It means that I can still get pregnant. My fertility went down by 30% statistically. But we can still get pregnant. I've been doing like a lot of research or like a lot of reading on it. I feel like I didn't. Okay. And I've been reading a lot about it, and the way the body works is really crazy. So apparently I can still get pregnant from the right fallopian or the right ovary. It would just be the egg, like the mature egg would be picked up by my left fallopian tube. So otherwise it would just dissolve. The egg would just dissolve in my body with my period or whatever. So I thought, you know, and like for me, I'm like, okay, well, my fertility goes down by 30%, but when you think about it, it's like, well, one way in, one way out, I guess. Like, you can't get lost, you know, so I guess the sperm has to find the egg. I don't know. But I don't know, y'all, like we're good though. A lot of people were like, well, how are you feeling? How, you know, like are you okay? And like, obviously, of course, it sucks, right? Like, it sucks, again, because we have been trying to get pregnant for a year, over a year. But at the same time, like, y'all, God really do, like, he really does offer peace that surpasses all understanding. Because, I mean, like I said, when it all happened, even in the hospital, even going into the surgery, like, I was just at peace. Like, I wasn't, I don't know, like, I was just good. I was good. So, yeah. So I you know, I pray about it, and I believe that we're gonna get pregnant again. And so when that time comes, you know, we'll be ready, just like we were with, you know, the first one. So let's see, that happened in February. And if you guys, I mean, and it's really weird because these, you know, an ectopic pregnancy is not something that you necessarily, you know, read about, you know, if it's not a personal experience. I know, at least for me, like, I know what an ectopic pregnancy is, and I knew before I had one, but you don't really look into it until it affects you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's really crazy. And even, like, just fertility in general. And you don't realize, like, how many women struggle, you know, with just fertility. And, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, like, old, middle-aged women. Like, I'm 29. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I'm old or anything. So, but they say, like, if you've been trying to get pregnant for at least like a year or more, that's considered, you know, like an infertility issue. Like, so, I mean, even at 29 with 2 children, like, I have infertility issues, I guess. So, so yeah, I just realized, like, it's not something that is widely talked about, and probably even more so for the Black community, because, you know, we don't like to talk about nothing. Hell, we just kind of keep everything. We may talk to a girlfriend or something, like a homegirl, but, you know, we don't really talk about stuff in general, I guess, like issues that, you know, we may be facing. So this one is definitely more bronze than the other one. Damn. Let's see if I can mute it out. So, nope, I'm only making it worse. So I didn't mean, I was going for like a natural look. I did not mean to make it too shimmery. I just wanted like a little pop. So yeah. So when it comes to, you know, like infertility and the pregnancy and all that stuff, if you guys have questions or you dealt with something like that, or, you know, whatever, I am open to talking about it. Again, like I said, like, you know, I've come to peace with what happened, and, you know, we're just waiting for our next baby, honestly. So, but yeah, if you guys want to, I guess, talk about it some more, I'm open to doing that. So that was in February. I told y'all my school shut down in March. Really, I guess that's all that's really been happening since then. So yeah. I'm gonna use these lashes that I have. I think these are, I don't remember what brand these are. I think these are House of Lashes. They old, y'all. They're a little more dramatic than the ones I did with the original look, but they're not too crazy, especially because I have big eyes. So dramatic lashes don't look as dramatic on me as it might on, you know, someone that doesn't have such large eyes. But so yeah, that's everything that has been going on so far with me. I don't have anything else, y'all. So again, if you guys have any questions about anything, school, the pregnancy, I'll answer them. So I used to use like the Huda Beauty eyelash glue, the black one, and it's a really good glue, but y'all, it's probably too good because that mess, like, I don't know, it's too good. It don't be wanting to come off at all. Shoot. So right now I'm just using the Duo, the white one, the white glue. So my dog won't shut up. It must be somebody in front of my house. It's on the sidewalk or something, because she's going crazy. This is the Voluminous Mascara by L'Oreal. It kind of reminds me of the Better Than Sex. I think it's, what's that, Benefit Better Than Sex mascara? I have it. Too Faced. The Too Faced Better Than Sex. That's what it reminds me of. The packaging, at least. That's what I'm using. Yeah, the brushes are the same too. Like, so this is the Better Than Sex, and then this is the L'Oreal. So pretty similar. I don't know, it's weird because I used to like be real big on mascaras, like which one does this, it gets my lashes like this, and now it's like I don't even care. I guess maybe because I only really wear it with lashes, and so I just need a little bit to kind of separate and blend. So yeah. And then I do concentrate though on like my lower lashes, because obviously I'm not putting falsies on, but because I be liking to look golden, I use, where's my other one? I have one from Sephora. I can find it. My vanity is a mess, y'all. Like, here it is. I use this orange from Sephora to give me like a glowy look, but this one is highly pigmented, so I don't, you know, you can't go overboard with this one. You just had a little bit of glow. You see that? Just a little bit. Just a little bit of glow right there. And then I do add a little bit around the hairline. Just gives a good glow. favorite, this is my favorite lip that I kind of been doing. Well, I ain't been doing it because I ain't been wearing makeup, but like the last 2 times over the last 2 months or so that I did wear makeup, this is what I wore. I've been going in with the Nevermore liner by MAC, the Aaliyah collection, and ever so lightly I've been just darkening. I darkened just the outside part of my lip because it's kind of like it's very dark. It's almost black. So, because y'all know in the 90s, the black liner with the lip gloss. Yeah. So just a small line. Go back in with Cork to kind of blend that out. So it's not as harsh, but I want it darker at least on the outside. Okay. Then Try Again by MAC, also Aaliyah collection. And then my favorite, y'all, Fenty Glow lip gloss. Give it some shine. Yeah, so anyway, I hope you guys liked it. Come back to my channel. I think I'm gonna start doing more videos. Let me know if y'all want me to do more videos, like for real, or I'll just keep doing like my little mini tutorials on Instagram. Yeah. Or I kind of liked having something to talk about. So if y'all have some topics that y'all want me to talk about or something to cover, I don't know if like y'all are in school or looking to go back to school or looking to go to therapy or study to be a therapist or something, or pregnancy or family life, or hell, I don't know. If there's something you guys want to talk about, I can talk about it or like answer some questions or something. So yeah, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in.